I began with music and playing bass, when I was a kid, late 80s. Iron Maiden fan, really an Iron Maiden, and I noticed the bass player, Steve Harris. He seemed to be playing a prominent role on an always not so prominent instrument, so it was kind of like he made bass cool or seem cool. Eventually found myself, along with my high school friend, John Gallagher, we started Dying Fetus in the early 90s. I decided to leave the band in late 2000. It was just a period of my life where I couldn't tour anymore for the foreseeable future at the time, and Dying Fetus was blowing up, getting all kinds of tour offers, combined with other things going on in my life. I just needed to step away from it.
Thanks a lot.
My musical interests were changing a little bit too. I was getting more in punk and grindcore, things like that, and even though I still wanted to be kind of death metal, I wanted to be a different kind of death metal. That's pretty much how Misery Index began, was at that point, because I was only out of the band for 6 months or so, and I started feeling the itch because I had songs already written that were going to be Dying Fetus songs, or at least one of the songs that was on the first Misery Index demo. I was having a lot of other different influences then. Yeah, we knew we wanted to play death metal with this kind of punk hardcore edge to it. And I think that's what came out. The lineup fluctuated. The core of it was myself and John Sparky Voiles, who was also another ex-member of Dying Fetus and had similar kind of idea about making that kind of death metal. And so we worked together and we wrote the first Misery Index album together. I guess it was 3 years later when Adam and Mark finally arrived on the scene, and that became the new core unit of the band.
My name's Adam Jarvis, and I am the drummer of Misery Index. My first show was Wacken Open Air, which is one of the biggest German metal festivals that you can play, so it was like baptism by fire. I was so goddamn nervous, it was ridiculous. I don't know how to tap the drums, I know how to just hit the drums. I just want to punch you in the face with my playing. Basically, your face is my China symbol, and I want you to feel that. That's always been my approach, is just aggressive.
Mark, I play guitar. As you can tell, I scream in a microphone because my voice is half gone most of the time, which is fantastic. It started off as a studio project, in 2002. And I didn't join until early 2005.
Jarvis let me know that they lost a guitar player. I made a video, I sent it to them, and my video was not good enough. And rather than admit defeat, I just made another video. The computer was not working for me. I ended up having to put all the songs on 5 separate DVDs and mailing them in a manila envelope. I think they just appreciated the effort. They had me out for rehearsal, and the rest is history.
At that point, it was a full-fledged touring act, hitting all around the world, festivals and things like that. So we've been at it for a while, man.
I think up until 2010 when Sparky left the band, and we got our now current lead guitarist, Darren Morris, who is now actually our longest serving lead guitarist.
Darren Morris, play guitar in Misery Index. One day I got a call from Mark Kloppo, who said, "How long will it take for you to learn an MI set?" To which I probably replied something of as long as it takes. Ironically, when Sparky had quit Misery Index, I was already signed up to go out with Dying Fetus to Tech for 5 weeks on a tour that Misery Index was on. These guys are very experienced. It was really comforting to know that these guys had so much experience just in flights. Literally, I never had been in an airplane before until my first ride in Europe. in 2010, and just the whole logistics of getting around and checking in and baggage and how to travel light and stuff like that. I was one of those guys like, how do you pack 5 weeks worth of clothes into a tiny little pilot bag? And these guys enlightened me on all that stuff because they had done it already. And who would turn down this opportunity to go see the world and use this band as a vehicle to see the world? Of course, the flip side of that is there's an immense amount of work that goes into it that I don't think people fully can realize unless you've done it.
You can make things a little bit easier if you have the value and budget to bring these kinds of things in, like a tour bus or getting hotels and luxuries of that sort. Definitely does not start off that way. You're in a strange place every day. We're drenched in sweat, we're catching our breath at the end of every single show. We really give it our all. The road is hard.
So I didn't pour any water on it. Keep that in mind. This is straight sweat. Every night we get off the stage and I go up and shake people's hands, and they're just like, you can tell that they really appreciate what you do, and it's just awesome to be recognized like that. It always amazes us, the response we get. It's an honor, it's a treat, and I wouldn't trade anything for it.
Adam Jarvis is a stand-up comedian. He's got this like a Texas thing. Is he from Texas? He's not, right? Okay, he's from Baltimore, Illinois. Okay, like the way he talks is like, oh, dude, I'm from Chicago, Illinois, like playing, drums. I'm a sick drummer. sickdrummer.com. I got a Devil's Hoops pedal, I use every fucking day. It's Adam Jarvis. Mark is like a character from Philip K. Dick book, like the astronaut on drugs. Like walking slow, and. You never know where he is. Darren is pretty legit, He's just like a old school Judas Priest guy. And Jason, he's like a never-ending student. It's like a person who, just nerd. I don't want to talk shit about him.
Guys like me who have families, it can be very hard on relationships, being away on the road like this. Night after night, consecutive shows, you're having to deliver to audiences and, entertain them and keep them compelled to watch you and be entertaining no matter what kind of mood you're in. You just have to bring it to life. In a lot of ways, it's gotten easier over the years because we've gotten our flow down and we've just acclimated to the position and putting on the show.
When we signed them, they put out what was their breakthrough records, which was The Killing Gods. Look at Misery Index, you got 2 great guitarists, 2 great frontmen, a drummer that is one of the best of the metal scene, and they found a way to do this, which is interesting. So they can be like dads and a grindcore band. First investigate, then the obfuscate. Truth is the voice where reality arrives.
Thanks for the support throughout all the years. It always amazes us, the response we get. It makes you feel alive. When you're playing a song on this tour, we're playing like New Salem and some of the newer tracks. When you see people in the crowd like chanting the words and stuff.
It's a great feeling to know that your music resonates with the people on the other side of the world. It's like the reason why we keep doing this.
There's been a lot of love, blood, sweat, and tears put into this stuff. As long as they appreciate that, and they seem to be happy with what we're doing, then that makes us happy. Thank you out to Thomas, the crew, the driver, Jorgen, a sound guy, Chris, our videographer, Mark, Jason, Adam, for inviting me in so many years ago and showing me the world.
I think we're just compelled to do it. It's just something deep down inside, man. We're lifers. We're Misery Index. We'll see you next time.